Rosie, now you can share.
Oui. Sit here.
Hare Krishna. So, can everyone hear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
This is the last chapter that is remaining. Arjuna, actually Bhagavad Gita, the second chapter is called synopsis. Means Krishna is giving an idea to Arjuna. Hey, this is what I'm going to speak. Can everyone hear and, can you see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So,
Hare Krishna, bro.
thank you. And second chapter, Krishna gives an idea. It's synopsis. But the 18th chapter is a summary. Summary means, hey, this is what I have spoken. For example, first 6 chapters Krishna spoke on, the Jiva, relationship of Jiva with Krishna. But there also Bhakti is touched. Next 6 chapters also Bhakti is touched. But the final thing, now Krishna is giving the essence. What is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? That he is covering in 18th chapter. Finally he says, Bhakti, devotional service is the ultimate thing. Again, Krishna emphasizes the same thing. So this thing has 5 topics. The summary of Karma Yoga. Again, whatever we have seen in 17th chapter, modes of material nature again, um, different activities and modes of material nature. Then again, the workers, then the love of God, and what is the conclusion and result. So these are the 5 topics. And Arjuna, this chapter starts with Arjuna asking, I want to understand the purpose of renunciation and renounced order of life, sannyasa and tyaga. Arjuna is asking this question. What is the difference between tyaga, renunciation, the purpose of renunciation, and the renounced order of life? Very nice question actually. Krishna killed Kesi demon. Kesi is one of the most formidable demons that Krishna killed. So Arjuna is telling, clarify this doubt. What is tyaga, renunciation, purpose of renunciation? Basically, tyaga means renunciation. What is sannyasa, renounced out of life? Krishna is telling, giving up of the activities based on material desire. If I do this activity, I can satisfy my material desire. What is material desire in the material world? I want name, I want fame, I want some sense enjoyment. Puja Pratishta, Kanaka Kamini Pratishta. I get some benefit out of it. That's why I'm doing it. Then that type of activities, that's a material desire. But you give it up. For example, if I sing in Sunday feast, I'll sing it and I'll sing not for the pleasure of Krishna, but I'll sing for my pleasure. Then don't sing. So that activity, then don't do it. You know, anything you're doing it for your sense enjoyment, for your mind enjoyment. You know very well, if you do it, it'll, you're doing it for your sake. There is no Krishna in that. Then I will not do it. So giving up when you do it, it becomes material. You're spending you're unnecessarily wasting your time. How many of you are understanding? So this activity will this is a metal activity, means there is no Krishna in that. I am there. I am pleasing my mind and senses, our ego. So I don't want it. So that's what sannyasis do. They just give it up. I don't want this. Then what is tyaga? You do it. You do the result. So you do the activity, but you give up the result. You don't claim the result. That is tyaga. Very interesting words. Means asked to sing. You're asked to do this, lead the Sunday feast, or you're asked to make announcements. Where you're in the limelight, basically. But you stay, okay, you take it up, but you give the result to, you give up the result. If you give up the result, if you give that result to Guru and Krishna, it becomes bhakti. You say, look, I don't want this result to myself. And you say, I don't want that result. Or utilize that result for Krishna's service. That is Tyaga. Madhavendra Puri, Madhavendra Puri, those of you know or may not know, is actually Grand Guru of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya's Guru is Ishwar Puri and his Guru is Madhavendra Puri. So, Madhavendra Puri, for the sake of Madhavendra Puri, Krishna in Ramana, he stole Kir Churgo. He stole Kir. Just because Madhavendra Puri developed a desire to taste the Kir, not to enjoy. So he wanted to taste it only so that in Vrindavan, to Krishna, he can make that type of kheer. Knowing his desire, Krishna stole that kheer, one pot. And later Pujari came and handed it over to Madhavendra Puri. And Madhavendra Puri became very famous overnight. Krishna stole a pot of kheer for the sake of Madhavendra Puri. Means Madhavendra Puri very exalted, but Madhavendra Puri did not want name and fame. So what he did? He ran away from Ramana. He ran away from Ramana. Then what he did? He reached Puri. He was on his way to Puri to bring Chandan and to bring Chandan to Krishna and Vrindavan, right? The Madan Gopal deity. But Krishna wanted to make him famous. What can he do? Before Madhavendra Puri reached Puri, already people came to know. When you become famous, you feel good. That's a mental pleasure, actually. But what did Madhavendra Puri do? What can he do? He already became famous. He utilized it fully in Krishna's service. Fully, not even 1% or 0.1% for his mental pleasure. He utilized it for procuring chandan. That is tyaga, and that is also devotional service. How many of you understood?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Krishna, after telling this, Krishna is talking. Sometimes people say, "Hey, we have to give up all the material activities." We also stay with the world, but not stay in the world. Means you are in the material world, but what is the goal of your life? Go back to Godhead. And you don't care what happens in the material world. Which political party should come into the should occupy the positions, should occupy the government seat. You don't care. But the Rupa Goswami has a very wonderful thing. There is nothing like material or spiritual. It is a consciousness. What is that? It is the consciousness. ಪ್ರಾಪಂಚಿಕ ವಿಷಯ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯ ಹರಿಸಂಬಂಧಿ ವಸ್ತುನ ಮುಮುಕ್ಷುವಿ ಪರಿತ್ಯಾಗೋ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯಂ ಫಲ್ಗುಗತ್ಯತೆ. This is all material. If you just give it up, everything, that type of vairagya is called a falgu vairagya. Means externally you're detached, but internally you have desires. There is a river called Falgu River in I think Bangladesh. Everything externally appear on the top, it appears sand only. But if you dig little bit deeper, you see water everywhere. So likewise, for example, uh, you see a wallet on the road, and it's not my wallet. If you see wallet on the road, if you pick it up and enjoy the money that is given in the wallet, it will bring you bad karma. Why? That wallet doesn't belong to you anyway. And if you just leave it on the road, thinking this is not mine anyway, and I don't want to look at it, so that's okay. But if you give it to that person to whom it belongs, that is far right, for the right. But if you give that wallet to that person for the pleasure of Krishna, that is bhakti. So some people say you should give up every activity, but some people say you should not be. Three activities should not be given up. What is that? This is the one. Krishna is giving his conclusion. Yajnadana tapah karma natyajyam karma eva tat. Yajnadana tapascheva pavanani manishanam. So Krishna is telling three activities should not be given up. Acts of sacrifice, charity and penance are not to be given up. They must be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity and penance purify even the great souls. Even though every material activity has to be given up, three things you don't need to give it up. What is that? Sacrifice, yajna, dana, tapasya. Why? These three things help you make progress in Krishna consciousness. Excuse me. What is Krishna telling? What are three things we should not give it up? Yajna. Yajna for the pleasure, yajna for the pleasure of Krishna, charity for the pleasure of Krishna, tapasya for the pleasure of Krishna should not be given up. If you are fasting so that your son or daughter or husband or wife should get a job, I'm fasting for their sake. They're listening, right? So these three things, yajna, dana, tapasya, should not be given up. Yajna, charity, and tapasya. Why? You'll make progress. You know, if you perform a penance, what is that? If you do fasting on Ekadasi for the pleasure of Krishna, you'll make progress in Krishna Bhakti. If you're fasting on every Tuesday or every Monday or every Friday, so that what is it? My son will get the job, my spouse will get the job. That is fruitive. Then Maya will come into the picture and everyone is understanding or not? If you fast so that my son should get the job, my family member should get the job, that type again, it is in three modes. Or you fast so that you'll get a separate state, or you'll get you are fasting for political reasons. That is a mode of ignorance. You're all listening, right?
Yes,
What
Prabhu.
about intermittent fasting, Prabhu?
Intermittent fasting for what?
So it comes under regulation, isn't it, Prabhu?
Okay, okay, this is the thing. Anything that is performed for bhakti, for the pleasure of Krishna, it becomes devotional service, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Anything not, three modes will come into the picture. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Correct. Even three modes also, mode of goodness is okay.
I have a question here, Prabhu.
Ah.
But then if you are fasting or doing some, just a second.
There is an echo.
Uh, Prabhuji, if you are doing some austerity,
Still. Okay, what we'll do? Let us, I'm not done yet. So up to 18 verses, we can go. Then you can ask question.
okay, Prabhuji.
All these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. They should be done as a matter of duty. So this Krishna is very clear, Can you see this? Acts of sacrifice, charity, yajnadana, tapasya, they purify even great souls. Pavanani Manishnam. So all activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. You should be you should perform it. Simple thing. The translation of these verses is perform them for the pleasure, for the sake of Krishna's pleasure. That's it. Otherwise, it will cause bondage. Anyone remembers the verse from third chapter, Karma Yoga? Yajnardat karma yatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadardam karma konte mukta sangha samachara. If activities are performed for the pleasure of Krishna, Vishnu, then they don't cause bondage. But any activity that you perform, where Krishna or Vishnu is not there, it will cause bondage. Means it will bring us back to this metal world. So now Krishna is telling prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be a mode of ignorance. Very important. Whatever, hey, you're married, you have a family. Suddenly, you're, now, what is that? Everything is Maya. I will not work. Hey, sir, if everything is Maya, you will not work, then why did you get married? Take care of, who will take care of your, you have given birth to children. If you should not, it's your moral duty to pay rent to your home and take care of your dependents. So that is, they are not illusion, they are there. And if you run away from your duty, that's not good. That type of renunciation is a tamaguna. The second one, anyone who gives a prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily comfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to elevation of renunciation. That's another thing, how do I say? If I go to Mangalarti, taking bath in the morning is difficult. I cannot attend Mangalarti. Why? Before going to Mangalarti, first of all, I have to break my sleep. Second thing is I have to take cold shower bath. Difficult. So, Prabhupada writing, and that time, if you do not perform any duty that you are supposed to do out of fear of bodily discomfort, or you think it is troublesome, you give up that activity. That type of renunciation is a Rajogun renunciation. And you will not make any progress actually. If one person doesn't get, one person has a lot of desires, but temple life is very good. Rasgulla, Gulab Jamun has a lot of desires. So many desires to enjoy, but I cannot handle my family. But what is that? I will not be able to, okay. But you decide this after giving birth to 3 children, and you say, I don't want family. Goal of life is Krishna consciousness, leave them. That our renunciation is a what a passion. I cannot handle it. Krishna is telling that type of renunciation never, that type of action never causes elevation. Deadly actually. But Krishna is telling one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done. So you are doing it basically because you are supposed to do it. But you renounce, you give up all the mental association and attachment to its fruit. You are doing it for the sake of doing it, or you're doing it for the sake of Krishna's pleasure. That is if you do it for Krishna's pleasure, it is transcendental. If you just do it because you're supposed to do it, it's in mode of goodness. Then, now Prabhupada actually is giving example here. A sannyasi doesn't, sannyasi should not keep any company with women, should not stay in touch with women. But sannyasi, if he sees his disciple, if he gets married, his mind becomes stable and he'll do nice preaching for the sake of Guru. Prabhupada says, Guru performing marriage for sannyasi, for his a sannyasi, a Guru performs, arranges a marriage for the disciple in order to facilitate preaching of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada is telling that's absolutely all right. Why? That now a disciple was actually alone. Now he's not strong. Now he got married, his spouse came and he found this disciple found positive energy and he's helping Guru preach Krishna consciousness. Then why not? It is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities, but he who renounces the fruits of action is called one who is truly renounced. This is very important. What is that? It is impossible to give up activities. But what you have to do? In other words, Krishna, give up the result of that activity. Or do it for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. That's it. In other words, Krishna is encouraging a tyaga. Tyaga means what? You do the activity. You do the activity and give it to good. The result, give it to Guru and Krishna. Not just for the sake of saying, but for the sake of Krishna's pleasure, for the sake of Krishna who is present in your heart. This is about the first 11 verses. But for some reason, you don't have that mentality. Every action that you do, it has a reaction. What is that? I'm looking for a, what is that example? Any action you do where there is no Krishna, it causes bondage. Bondage means, action and reaction, action, reaction. Means you still have either positive, negative bank account or a positive bank account. Means we have to push in the cycle of birth and death. So, that's why do first thing, give up as many activities as possible. As many, give up, reduce your kshetra. Means reduce your field of activity. Or those activities you do, which you have to do, you do it for the pleasure of Krishna, your prescribed duties. Then you live like this in this world for a million years, no problem. How many of you are understanding?
Yes, Prabhu.
Shivananda Sen is actually he would work for 6 months. And he would work for 6 months. And after that, whatever money he would earn, he would take 300 to 400 people, devotees, Bengali devotees from Puri to Vrunda, from what's that? Bengal to Puri. He would arrange a 1 month walk. He would arrange their stay for every day in different place, and then he would arrange lunch for them. He would arrange lunch for them. And he would take all of them to Puri, and they would stay, they spend good time with Lord Chaitanya, attend Rath Yatra. Then after a few months, he would bring them back. This is what he did throughout his life. But Shivanand Sen, he did not have any personal motivation. He has done this absolutely for the pleasure of Krishna, for the pleasure of Lord Chaitanya. Otherwise, so this money, earning of money, 6 months money, that is also Krishna conscious. Why? Is utilizing it in Krishna's devotee service. Then Krishna says, very important. There are the 5 factors of action. Let us see. Adishtanam tadha karta karanam cha pratak vidham vividascha pratak cheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam. For anything to happen, there should be 5 factors involved. Body, the performer, the soul, different types of endeavor, engagement of various senses. Ultimately, super soul has to authorize this action. Then only that activity is executed. Ultimate final stamp. So that final stamp is in the hands of a super soul. So now let me explain. I want to go to America, or I want to get a job. So what you will do? You'll start using your body to float you start using your body. Okay, I'll take the first example. I want to go to America. When you want to go to America, then so mere desire is not enough. Mere desire is not enough. So what you do? You have to start looking for visa, F1 or H1, So can you see different types of endeavor? You will first thing, what is that? The performer soul has a desire. Performer soul has a desire, great. And you will use the body. It means, what is that? You go to library and start doing research, you start talking to people. How to go to America? And what are the different types of visas are available? Then what happens? So you're using your eyes, your senses. But can you see this? You make different types of endeavor. You make different types of endeavor. Use your eyes, use your hands. You go here and there, apply resume, float the resumes, and apply different visas, write GRE. So you're using body, soul has a desire, and you perform, you engage your senses, and you perform different endeavor, applying F1 and H1. But who is the fifth one that needs to sanction your desire? Sanction the activity. Super soul Paramatma. If Paramatma says finally you got the visa, it's stamped. Then you'll enter into America. If not, you cannot. For any action, like I have to pick up a glass of water and drink water. For also, I have a desire to drink water. I have to engage my body to fetch water. Listening, right? These 5 things are very important. Now I have a question for you. What is that? Some things are not happening. You're trying your best. What does it mean?
It's not meant for us, and Krishna is not arranging for it.
Or we may not be trying hard enough.
Yes.
Krishna's sanction may not be there.
That's what she also, Matizal said. She's right too. All 3 of you are right. The super soul sanction is not there. Or your endeavor is not enough. Who can give me a good example for this in the Shastra? Does anyone remember Damodar Lila? Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna. 2 fingers shot. What does the 2 fingers? Sorry, what do the 2 fingers represent?
One is
Krishna.
our effort, Prabhuji, and second is Krishna's sanction.
That's it. So, even the Mother Yashoda brought so big rope. Why she couldn't succeed? Initially, her endeavor was not enough. Later, Krishna's sanction has not happened. But she really worked very hard to the extent she was sweating. The malati flowers were falling on the ground. You know? So means her effort is perfect. Initially, her effort was not even perfect. Her effort was not, what is that, enough. But she was determined. She procured more and more ropes, and she tied, with the help of gopis, she tied all the ropes together, trying to bind Krishna. When her endeavor is enough, then what needs to come? Grace, Krupa. When Krishna's grace was there, her endeavor was enough. The two fingers, they were covered, and Mother Yashoda could bind. Everyone, can you repeat? One question I have before you. I want everyone to know this. What are the 5 factors of action? Just read it. One person can read and tell. Anyone? It is there on the screen.
Yeah.
The
The
place
body,
of action,
Mm.
the body, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. These are the 5 factors of action. Hare Krishna.
Now, my question to you: something is not happening. What does it mean? Anybody else?
One of these 5 factors is in there.
Okay. Fantastic. Anybody else? You want it to happen, but it's not happening. What does it mean? I mean, you're working though. You're working hard.
It's not meant for us.
Okay, you said that before also. Okay, very
No,
nice. Somebody
Prabhuji,
else.
maybe we are not following Shastra rightly, Guru Shastra, Sadhu Shastra.
Okay, anybody else?
Prabhuji, if we are trying hard and then we have to wait for Krishna's mercy.
Yes. Krishna's sanction is not there. Then what you do? You're trying hard. Maybe first thing is your endeavor may not be enough. But keep trying. And what is very important? Very important. Anybody? You already said.
With a strong faith that it will manifest by Krishna's mercy. Based on all the scriptural evidences, all our acharyas tried extremely hard and they got the result. No one failed.
No, you didn't understand my question. You're trying very hard. So anyway, we already discussed. We are trying very hard and results are not coming means Krishna's sanction is not there. When Krishna's sanction is not there, things are not happening. What should we do? I asked.
Yeah, keep praying, intensify our sadhana, swadhyaya, sadachar, seva, and at the end, Krishna will sanction because he says, my devotee never perish.
Yes.
And one of the limbs of surrender is Rakshashati Vishwaso. So definitely Krishna will protect us.
So very good. Answer, keep trying and keep praying. Wait. Wait for Krishna's grace to come. Don't give it up. No room for frustration. Srila Prabhupada tried for 30, 40 years in India. Failed you, he failed. Did Prabhupada give it up? When he got an opportunity to go to America, did he not go? So where does our success lie? Our success lies in performing with sincerity. But when Mataji said, maybe it is not meant for us. That you have to check with the senior devotees. I am trying my best. Sincerely, it's not happening. So is that true? It's not good for me. That's why Krishna is not giving the result. Is this not meant for me? So you can cross check and find out. It's not a problem. That's the point I want to make actually. Whatever the right or wrong action a man performs with the body, mind, and speech is caused by these five. Anything we do, these five factors come into existence. Now, very important. One who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the five factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to this verse first time in 18th chapter. Okay, you worked very hard, production support. I mean, so what is that? You got the project and you're the project lead, team lead. And 2 years hard work, you moved everything into production yesterday, and it was a big success. You saved probably $100 million to your company. You know? So then company says, amazing, sir. You've done it. You're the man. You're the machine. And they arrange a party and they ask you to. So what should be your mood? Anybody? You worked very hard. Your team, along with your team. What should be your mood? It was success. Anyone?
So all the intelligence to do the job, to perform, to make it happen is only because of the mercy of Lord Krishna, because he is the intelligent of intelligent. Yeah. So he has given the intelligence. So that's why we are working. That is why it has happened. Otherwise, it would have not.
We don't need to say this in office. But you have to tell at least to Krishna when you go to temple, my Lord. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful to you. It's very, very important. Prakrite kremana gune karmani saros ahankari mudatma karta iti manyate. A bewildered soul thinks he is the doer, but in fact they are performed by material nature. Then 17th and 18th verse, one who is not motivated false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions. This verse is for Arjuna. What is that? Your nimittamatra bhavasavesache. Krishna said, you be my instrument, sir. I want this war to happen. So even though you don't want to fight, you just fight for my sake. Your intelligence is fully pure. If in that state, you perform the activity, Krishna takes care of you. The results, you're not bound by the results of that action. See, Arjuna killed so many people. Was Arjuna tainted by the reaction of killing them? No. Why? Because Arjuna performed the war for the sake of, took part in war for the sake of Krishna. This is true in our case also. You work in the office. You work in the office exclusively for the pleasure of Krishna. Today, sometimes people ask this question. I'm following four principles, but my boss is, the company. We have no idea what how they are using the prophets. The owner, they break all the four regular principles. Then should you give it up or? No, everyone is like that today. But if you work for the pleasure of Krishna, only for the pleasure of Krishna, believe me, you're immune. 18th verse. Knowledge, object of knowledge, and knower are the three factors that motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer are the three constituents of action. What is that? Um, anything you do, why you know why you do it. For what you are doing, you are doing it. Sorry, what happened? ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञात त्रिविध कर्म चोदना करणं कर्म करे कर्तेति त्रिविध कर्म संग्रह. What are the constituents of work? Knowledge, object of knowledge, and the knower. The instruments of work, the work itself, and the worker are called constituents of work. So listen carefully. So this is the thing. Why are you doing that work? There is a reason why you are doing that work, and you get some benefit. Or it is a prescribed duty. Or is, it will benefit you spiritually. So, why you are doing it? The inspiration, that is one aspect. Second thing is the form action. For anything, for any work has to happen. So Prabhupada is making a nice point. Thinking, feeling, and willing. How you to do it and how to do it. I need to, so you need to acquire something. So you think of it, you feel it, what if I have it? And you will to do it. So this is the inspiration, impetus. The inspiration to work is the same if it comes from scripture, from the instruction of spiritual master. When the inspiration is there and the worker is there, the actual activity takes place by the help of senses, including mind, which is sent, let me summarize this. If are behind any work, what are the three factors that motivate the work? One is you know how to do it. Second thing is why you are doing it. A third thing is what is the end result. That will motivate the action. But the constituents of action, okay, you know how to do it, then alright, do it. So engage your senses and accomplish the work. But soul, you are the doer. These are the constituents of action. Now, these 18 verses, it is about to Karma Yoga. Just to summarize, I can give you a very simple thing. How do you summarize this? Any act, I can give you very simple. Any activity you do for the pleasure of Krishna does not cause bondage. But anything that you do for your satisfaction, where Krishna is not there, causes bondage. it will bring you back to this world. So you do everything, you do your prescribed duties for the pleasure of Krishna. That is it. And then later we discuss the 5 factors of action. Adhishtanam Tadhakarta, that was, for anything to achieve, 5 factors of action. 1, the soul, the desire, body, utilize the body. The body is a field of action, and different types of endeavor, and different types of endeavor, and what is that? Engage the senses. And the last one is a sanction of super soul. This one should be very clear about these 5 things. One is Adhishtanam, body, the soul, the performer, desiring, and you engage various senses, different types of endeavor, and duality is sanction of Krishna. When things are happening, it means Krishna's sanction is not there. Means it's not good for you. Any question? On is 18. Then we'll go to the next, from 19th verse onwards, again 3 modes.
Prabhuji, quick question. Hmm. So sometimes things come so easily, Prabhuji, in the life, even if you do not put much of the effort, you get the things so easily. Sometimes you put all your effort and nothing works out. But I understand that when you put all the effort and nothing work out, that is probably because Krishna's sanction is not there.
True.
But when things come so easily, is that something our karma, or that time also it's Krishna's sanction and our karma? What is that playing there?
Both.
Okay.
Simple answer, both. Without Krishna, there is nothing in this world. That's why I have a simple one line, 4-letter answer, both. Any other question?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mm.
even Dhruva Maharaj left everything and then wanted to meditate on super soul for the material desire. Is it also karma yoga and then transformed into spiritual, Prabhuji?
Nice question. Actually, you're right. Dhruva Maharaj was hot. We are right now in our temple, 4th canto Bhagavatam is going on. Dhruva Maharaj was hurt, a child, 5-year-old. He was hurt by the words of his stepmother. Definitely, he wanted a bigger kingdom. He wanted a kingdom bigger than his great grandfathers, Brahmas. Definitely, it's a metal desire. That's why, what is that? Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvidham Jana Sukritanvajana Artho Jignasa Ardhati Jnani Chaprata Shiva. 4 types of people, we saw this before. 4 types of people approach Krishna. They are not pure devotees, but they are pious people. For the 4 people, Artho, distressed, Jignaso, inquisitive, Ardharti, those who want money from Krishna, Jnani, who is a knowledgeable person, he wants more knowledge from Krishna. So whatever it's still Krishna is telling, they're approaching me. They're not approaching anybody else, but they're approaching me. So they're in the good books of Krishna. But Krishna says they're not pure devotees because they have material motives. But when they come to Krishna, they're purified. They're purified. So eventually, one good thing with Krishna and devotional service is what? You're purified. When you're purified, What is that? Janayatyas vairagyam jnanam chet. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita. Janayatyas vairagyam jnanam cha yadahetikam. When you worship Krishna, two things will come. Jnanam, knowledge. Vairagyam, detachment. These two things, very specifically, at the right time you get it. So that's why Sachinanda Maharaj says, people join full time for various reasons, brahmacharis. Whatever the reason, you joined full time, that's great. But after a few years, you should understand what are the material desires you had. That should not be the impetus to perform a brahmacharya. Because your goal should be now pure devout service. You got some knowledge by attending Bhagavatam classes, Sangha, association. So likewise, Dhruva Maharaj definitely is a material desire, no doubt. But he approached Krishna. Krishna purified him. That's why Vishnu came, Krishna came and Dhruva Maharaj, as soon as he saw, he understood. Are, I did, I should not have done this. You know? So Dhruva Maharaj thought Krishna would take him back to Godhead. Krishna said, no, you stay here. You rule the kingdom for 36,000 years. And then you'll go back to Godhead. And I am giving you Vishnu a planet, my own planet, pole star, around which all the planets are revolving. And he's telling your stepmother, eventually your brother would die, and she would also die. Dhruva Maharaj, the Lord disappeared. And Dhruva Maharaj was not satisfied. Wow. Because I have this impure desire, Supreme Lord did not take me back to Godhead. He kept me here. Why? I still have that ill feeling towards my stepmother. Wrong. Kachan vichinman adidevi ratno swamin kritardosmi varam nayache. Actually, he says, my Lord, I have come here for broken piece of glass. But I got diamond. I got you. Then what is the use of a broken piece of glass? Still, the Supreme Lord, gave him service and kept him in this world and eventually took him back to Godhead. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Nice.
Prabhuji, I have a question here. When we are saying about the austerity without Krishna, we like uh, I work and I lose my job, but I am the only source of income for my like family taking care and everything. And I really need a job. So if we are doing any austerities so that I can find a job, so what is that considered?
No, you really need a job. And you're doing austerity. You lost your job, but you really need a job, and you're doing tapasya to get your job back.
Yes,
That's
Prabhuji.
your question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And you said, what is the austerity called? That's your question, right? You said that line.
Yes, Prabhuji. Like, should we do that because I need a job? So,
Definitely.
he-
Definitely. You have to maintain yourself, right? You have a body. So you need a job, you need to maintain your family, you need to maintain your children. Why not? So there is nothing wrong praying, you know. So, for example, um, though honestly speaking, in Shastra wise, it may not be, how do I say, we need Krishna takes care of you. Honestly, Krishna takes care of everyone. So, but you need to make your endeavor. You need to make your endeavor, you know. So Krishna has given you intelligence. So there is nothing wrong praying for a job, my Lord give it. But the highest thing is, okay, Krishna knows what is good for me. I'll wait. I'll ask only pure devotional service. That is highest. Understanding?
yes, Prabhuji.
We are not on the level of Kunti. We are not level, or Rantidev, or even Rutrasur. So, my Lord, I am fully, you know what is good for me? You know, Rako bhi maro bhi joiche tohar. So, you know, whether you kill me or embrace me, you are my Lord, birth out birth. Asli Shiva padaratam pinashtama. Adarsanan marmahatam kurotu. Yada tadha vidyat lamputa matpranasayana. That is the highest. But we are not there yet. We are inching towards that. So, there is nothing wrong asking. But the highest thing is, and you have children, what is good for them, you know it or they know it. You have only 3-year-old child. So they know it. So you say, my Lord, I have full faith on you. You know, you will give me job whenever. Amma, I'll tell you, even we are praying intensely. Sometimes Krishna doesn't give. Then why should we ask? So it's happening according to his will, not my will. So the simple thing is, my Lord, that's why do whatever is good for me is the best prayer. But some people, the situation is very demanding at home. So then you say, my Lord, I'm unable to chant my rounds. Please. If you ask it, there's nothing wrong asking. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Huh.
Prabhu, yeah, when we have a desire and we decide something, if example, yeah, we don't know that decision is correct or not, but yeah, with our intelligence we decide something. Yeah, after making decision and we started processing that work, means yeah, sometimes yeah, our the mind or intelligence gives yeah, after making decision, mind or intelligence gives a lot of reason telling that you made a wrong decision. uh, yeah, yeah, you will feel like that. Yeah, it keep on pushing us, means the desire is not enough or endeavor is not enough. How we need to understand that situation.
I didn't understand the question. Please repeat again. I mean, let me say, if you said you have a desire. No, summarize again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have a desire. We have a desire. Yeah, before deciding to go ahead with that desire, yeah, we will analyze which that is good or that is bad. Uh, that is good or that is bad. We will analyze and we will take a decision. Uh, if example, after taking decision, yeah, our mind shows a lot of yeah, negative things, and yeah, lot of negative things. And if you proceed like if you proceed, if we will if you will be keep failing like that. If mind is keep pushing us, our intelligence is keep pushing us, means that situation tells the endeavor is not enough or desire is not enough, or how we need to think.
You have a desire. You're pushing. You keep pushing, but things are not happening. You are telling endeavor is not enough. The desire is not enough, right?
Yeah, when we start working on that desire, but mind or intelligence yeah, shows a lot of negative things, and yeah, uh, lot of negative things, and that will demotivate us, means what does mean.
I got. So, Prabhuji, let me tell you. We have a desire. First, if it is your prescribed duty, it's needed for your family. If it is needed for your family, it's a prescribed duty, and there is so perform it. Try your best. Today we saw that you make but you make all the endeavors. Okay, this is the thing. Krishna sanctions, bro. If you really endeavor, sometimes if it's not good for you, Krishna tells also. But the problem is, we still ask, you know, and we no, I want it. Then Krishna may give also. Of course, but he tells you. First thing is, if you're not clear whether it's good or not, you should check with your superiors. Is this good for me? You know, You are consult with superiors and devotees, senior devotees, spiritual master, and ask, what should I do it? And they say, yeah, no, this is good for you, just go forward. That's fine. There's nothing wrong enduring. You know, but you are doubtful. Actually, when you're doubtful in your desire, you know, if you're doubtful in your endeavor, believe me, uh, sometimes Krishna will not immediately give result. Like, when children are around, we don't put the knives in their hands. Definitely, knife is very good, but children, they may cut their fingers. So likewise, if you're not you don't have clarity on the end result, and you don't know whether it's good or not, you have to, uh, you know, seek guidance. You know, seek guidance, and but if you're convinced it's very good for you, you have to really put your effort. You have to really put your, you have to slog and put your effort, and wait for Krishna's mercy to sanction. That's what I can tell.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Correct. Now, very important for everyone, sir. Please. We are talking about three kinds of knowledge, action, and performer. Actually, can I take few minutes? Usually our class is 1.5 hours, and we'll have 10 more minutes. But I want to tell you this. Actually, going forward, if to accelerate, we need 2 classes in a week. Let us see how we'll do it next week. We'll do it. Uh, 3 types of knowledge and 3 types of action, 3 types of performance. Let us see that. Very nice. Knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in living entities, though are divided into innumerable forms. You should understand to be in goodness. Amazing, amazing. What a verse, huh? You are seeing so many living entities, but you see there is only one thing in them. They're all spiritual. They're all spiritual. If you have that type of understanding, is mode of goodness. Anyone remembers one verse in this connection? Little question for you. Even if you don't tell, that's fine, but otherwise, there is one verse in Bhagavad Gita.
Mamaivamso Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaga. So Krishna is spiritual, all the souls are spirituals. Part and parcel of him.
Very good. One more verse. Though there are different forms, cat, dog, beast, bird, reptile, so many different forms you see. But
Yeah.
they're undivided, spiritual nature. This behind the common denominator is their spirit souls. If you see that, you're in mode of goodness.
Yeah. There is one Samadarshina, there is one
Very good,
sloka.
very good. No, bro, I really appreciate. But there is one more verse.
Vidya Vinaya Sampanna.
Amazing, Amma. Wonderful. Very good. Vidya Vinay Sampane Brahmani Gavestini Sunichev Supakecha Pandita Samdarsana. Yes. So all glories to Kanan Suri Prabhu and all glories to what is it? Madhvi? I'm not telling your name. Suddenly it didn't come to my mind.
Madhuri Gopi.
Madhvi Gopi, yeah. So very good. Yes. I have a question for all of you. So though there are some living entities, but this, honestly speaking, knowledge is different. Knowledge in action is different. If you have knowledge, you have to apply in action. That is called a what is it? Vijnanam. So very easy to learn Bhagavad Gita slokas. What is very difficult? Application. So we have to see Krishna in everyone's heart. We have to everyone is a spirit soul. Okay, conditioning is there. Forgive them. I also don't I have conditioning? Right? I also have conditioning. People are tolerating me. People are forgiving me. See Krishna in everyone's heart. See everyone as a super soul. Sorry, everyone is soul. I'm sorry. Everyone as soul means what? This is not a dog, but this is my brother in that body, in the dog body. This is not a cat. This is my brother or sister in the cat body. Honestly speaking, all the jivas are prakriti only. Thank you. Next verse. That knowledge by which one sees that in every different body there is a different type of living entity. If you think like that, you should understand to be in mode of passion. Ah, you're a dog. You're a soul, but you're a dog soul. You're a cat soul. You're a bird, reptile soul. Means is Rajaguna. You know? Okay, there's a deity. My temple is different from your temple. My Krishna is different from your Krishna. My Krishna in my home is different from your Krishna in your home. My Krishna in our temple is 4 feet. Your Krishna in your temple is 5 feet. Sorry, 3 feet only. So my Krishna is better. Or you're a soul, but you're a doctor soul, and he's a what is that? Laborer soul. So you're low, I'm higher. What type of knowledge is called? This type of knowledge is what type of knowledge? This is in mode of a
Passion.
Tamagotchi.
Passion.
that's it. And that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all in all, without knowledge of truth, which is very meager, is set up in mode of darkness. You take up work, there is no Krishna in that, there is no truth in that. You know, you are just doing it because you love to do it. That type of knowledge is a mode of darkness. Hare Krishna. You know. Any question? Otherwise, we'll finish it. Have 4 more minutes. We'll see one more verse actually. Actually, no, I'll tell you what is very these are very important verses. It means a discrimination, you know. I mean it's difficult to apply, no doubt. I me mine. This whole world revolves around this word I me mine. Janasya mohoyam aham mameti. So how many of you know what is the first verse of Bhagavad Gita? And recite.
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेदयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवैश्चैव किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय. हरे कृष्ण.
So Mamaka Pandava Seva. My children, Pandu's children.
Mode of passion.
Good.
Yes. So
So the whole world is like this. We are like that. I am like that. But Krishna is telling it's very easy to take classes. Or very easy to listen classes. I have a question for all of you. How do we realize it and apply in our lives? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the process. Actually, today, past 3 days, we are chanting 64, 64, 64, 3 days, right? Haridas Thakur disappearance day. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought this Hare Krishna mantra, Golokera Premadana Harinam Sankirtana. Why? So we are, Kali Yuga means people are in mode of passion and ignorance. Should come to mode of goodness and practicing Bhakti Yoga we transcend. It's very important. Otherwise, when we somebody see somebody better than us, we become envious. When we see somebody lower than us, we become proud. What does it mean? Ahankara. It means we are not situated in right knowledge. How many of you agree? Do you agree?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Then what is the use of reading Bhagavad Gita or studying Bhagavad Gita or teaching Bhagavad Gita? So, theory is very easy, like parrot we can recite. But what is important? Application. When we cannot apply, that should make us humble. May I am fallen. I'm a conditioned soul.
Yeah, cool.
So, when you realize you're a conditioned soul, it should make you humble. Bhakti yoga, Krishna's grace cannot be achieved. Krishna consciousness cannot be achieved. It is awarded by Krishna. Why it takes lifetimes? That's why what is the meaning of Hare Krishna mantra? Oh my Lord, oh Krishna, energy of Krishna, Radharani, engage me in your service. Please, 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 please. My time is running out. I don't know. Again, getting into the womb of the mother. But then Krishna's middle age says, yeah, you deserve it. That day we should not regret. Are, I should have become humble. I should be grateful. I should have seen Krishna in everyone's heart. At least try and practice. Though I read my memorized Bhagavad Gita verses, I wrote Bhakti Shastri exams, but I never realized it. People appreciated my vidvat, my intellectual ability, and I led my life in that pride, false pride, that vanity of pride, and I wasted my life. That should not happen to any one of us. At least myself, I should not happen to me. Try. So by my Lord, give me reveal to me that you are present in everyone's heart. Reveal to me there are spirit souls in different bodies because of the karma. You're listening? Then it is not actually studying a Bhakti Shastri. It is an opportunity to apply Bhagavad Gita in our lives. How many of you agree?
Yes, Prabhu.
Only one. You know,
Yes, Prabhu.
even to get marks,
Prabhu. 3 yeses.
only 3 S's. You may top the exam also.
Yes,
You may get 100 out of 100. But, with this nature, pray to Krishna, give me the strength to see everyone as a soul. Other Dhritarashtra is actually a brother of, he was born to Vyasadeva. I have a question for all of you. Who is Vyasadeva? Krishna's incarnation. But Bhagavad Gita is starting because of his mistakes. First verse and 18th chapter. 18th chapter, 19th verse. Sorry, 21st verse. How connected they are. But it's true, I'm not there. I'm not there means what? Become humble. It's not easy though. Thank you very much. So in future, I want to increase it to 2 classes. That way we'll be able to finish it faster. Let us discuss next week. Thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhya kripasinubhya.
Vachapati
Nityanapana
Pramana.
Vaishnavya. Good Vaishnavi
Hare
Shlava.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna Dandavad.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna Dandavad.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare